Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Havoc Fishing Team podcast. Today, we are joined by none other than Forrest Greene himself. Once again, we are here for part 2, and we actually just wrapped up a demo day here at the No Bad Days Kayak in New Braunfels. So, tell me a little bit about the demo day.
I feel like there was 50 different kayaks out there. Between my knees and my shoulders, 50, maybe 55.
Maybe 55?
Could have been 56. I'm not good at counting. But no, the cool thing about today was we obviously had some representatives out there that were great. We had the guys from Hoodoo showed up. I don't know if you met them, Adam and those boys. We had a rep from Feel Free. His name is Andrew Carroll. He's great. He plays bass for Mickey Motor Cars. Check him out. We had Viking, which we don't normally have Viking out here. And then some guy from Jackson showed up. Brought some.
I wonder who that guy was.
You know?
It was very irrelevant today, I might say.
Half a rep.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of boats out there. It was real exciting. We had a lot of people coming. We had the parking lot almost full.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of a downpour scared them away.
There was a little bit of a downpour going on.
But it's all right. Cooked burgers in the rain. Nothing wrong with a little rain burger.
I think it added more flavor.
I thought, yeah, especially the water that was dripping off of the tent that's been there for 3 years onto the burger. That had a little bit of the...
Give that organic taste.
Yeah, it's better than salt and pepper. I don't know what it is.
Does that make it vegan?
I mean, the cow that I ate was a vegan.
Not only was it grass-fed, but now it's vegan.
Yeah.
Well, the cow...
And all it ate was grass.
It's vegan.
It's vegan.
It's vegan. It's vegan. Medical
We're the
fact.
people to decide this kinds of things.
Yep.
But no, it was a lot of fun. Great. Other than that little 20-minute storm, man, the weather afterwards was
It's phenomenal.
Beautiful.
It was great.
It wasn't
Well,
too
that's
hot.
the temperature jumped up after that rain left.
Ooh.
It just, I don't know. I guess it jumped up to 92, 93 compared to the 108 it's been the last 3 months. It didn't hit me. Even when we were working hard. Because when I've been loading boats in and out of here before, it's gotten to me. And I've had to have a knee, take a sit down, get a drink of water, think about my life, wonder what happened on Jeopardy last night. But out there today, it didn't hit me. I was able to push through it. So I don't think it was as hot as it's been. And I'll drink to that.
Yeah, no, it has definitely cooled down. We've had rain showers for 2-3 days?
Yeah.
Ish. Which
It's amazing.
we haven't had much rain for really months.
You see the ground out there, how cracked it is?
Oh my God.
And I was going to swell back up. Should be good.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what we get for asking for rain for the past few months.
I didn't realize that that's what I needed to do because I kept saying it's too hot for demo day. Nobody's going to come. Should have scheduled a demo day, had some rain.
Yep. Yeah.
You live, you learn.
Unfortunately, you do. But I think it was a successful one nonetheless. I mean, obviously, after the storm, less people were there just because, it's raining, oh no. Newsflash, kayaking is a water sport. You're going to get wet.
One of the things that I love about every brand we had out there today is I checked into this. All of them are waterproof.
Did you know that?
Really?
They're
100%
all waterproof?
All of them are waterproof. We didn't have a
No
single...
way.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Even the one that you can fish out of,
Yeah.
it's waterproof.
That's game changing.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
I mean, the
I
fish,
didn't know. It's with this kind of technology, it's only going to be a matter of months until we land a guy on the moon. It's amazing stuff.
Oh, my God.
the fish are already wet. Does it really
Hollywood,
matter?
we're coming for your ass.
I mean, we had a great day. A lot of people came. I mean, I think even after the storm, there was still a good amount of people there. That really separated your I would guess, stargazers versus your serious buyers. But, hey, did you sell any boats today?
Who is the seriousest buyer?
Hey, Ike, I sold your boat. Just an air high five. There you
Yeah.
go, buddy. He's I think he's gonna put the shark teeth on, so he's gonna get an extra mile per hour.
One or more efficiency. You could get another mile per to the gallon.
Oh yeah, and it comes with the Ike attitude,
Is that the winning attitude?
the Ike-itude.
The Ike-tude.
The Ike-itude.
No, that's the I'm going to scream every time I catch a fish attitude.
Oh, the fired up attitude.
Oh yeah.
I'm not necessarily the greatest at catching fish, but dude, if I feel something on that line, I'm fired up.
I'll tell you what,
I'm ready.
Mike Iaconelli, when he gets fired up, that is probably one of the best anglers to watch. That dude is hilarious.
Dude.
Between him and Gerald Swindle, I mean, G-Man that's like an auctioneer / comedian. I mean, when this dude walks up on the elite stage, I mean, he just goes off on this super redneck tangent, but everybody in the crowd is dying laughing. I mean, I think half the people go there just to see G-Man. I really do.
I would.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
granted, I could just call Lulu right now and be like, hey, can I get a comedy? Can I get some stand-up?
it's a comedy show and a bass fishing tournament, all in one.
What more could you ask for at that point?
Yeah.
I could ask for a break on my taxes. That's normally.
You know what? You got a damn good point.
That's who when I'm talking to the G-Man, I'm usually, hey, let me break on my taxes.
There's a G-Man out there today.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Andrew, he works for the IRS.
I didn't know that. The Andrew I knew, Andrew Carroll, he works for Feel Free. He works
No.
for Mickey Motor Cars playing. This guy, Andrew Carroll, come on, plays bass all year with Mickey Motor Cars and then fishes for Feel Free. Yeah, that's his job. I asked him tonight, you going to come to Jack Ingram with us? We're going to go to Greene Hall? No, I don't get too many nights off. I'm going to go cook a big meal for my girlfriend and just snuggle with her. And I'm like, how awesome does your life have to be like, no, I want to have a night in tonight. I want to cook for my lady and have a night in tonight. Because I just do awesome stuff like that all the time. I have to go to shows all the time and fish all the time. Oh, I just want a night in.
I mean, he probably takes like Xanax for the awesomeness that he has to go through every day. I mean, can you blame the guy?
No.
I mean, if I had a lady, I'd probably be doing the same thing.
I think this is the year that I'm finally going to make out with a fair lady.
Really?
I think this is it.
Think so?
I'm 40 now.
Are you in a relationship?
No. It's this year, though.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah, but I'm.
Screw you.
Hey, I got an awesome wife.
Is that what relationships are like?
What?
You just walk up and say screw you? Is that courting?
Well, here's the deal.
Genuine question.
I have not had that luck
Yeah.
so far, hence the reason why I just fist bumped at you.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is that how it works? He's
Yeah,
married.
I'm not answering that question.
Fair enough. He has a wonderful wife. She actually takes care of me quite a bit. Treats me like family, but we're just gonna sit over here.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
puts up with the shenanigans between us two, and then you throw the other one he's behind the camera right now. You throw that shenanigans in there too, and I don't know how she hasn't killed us all, but yeah, when
Mass murder.
David gets there too, man, she's just my wife is a special lady.
Cheers to his wife.
Yeah, cheers to Lindsay.
Oh, she's great. Absolutely.
Speaking of David, I'm a little low. Could you put one on? Appreciate you. I was serious. I wasn't kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's serious. Yeah, he's serious.
I had the
Coors
Coors
Light.
Light. I'm not a
Make sure the mountains are blue.
I'm not a drinker of the designer beers. If I had to choose a designer beer, it would definitely be Shiner
Bud
Bock.
Light.
You don't like?
Shiner to be a Shiner Bock.
Give
But
me a Coors.
I'm going to enjoy a Coors.
Cheers.
If you get up, if you ever go to Telluride, you can go see. Is it Williamson Peak or Williams Peak? I think it's Williams Peak, but you can see Williams Peak from the gondola at Telluride.
I swear to God, you just said the same thing. What'd you? Williams?
Yeah, Williams or it's Wilson.
I think you've had enough Coors.
This kayak shop has me working 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. a lot of days, and I haven't been drunk in about a month. This is number 2, and I already can't speak. So I apologize.
No,
Lightweight.
What?
Lightweight.
Lightweight. Yeah. No,
That's a featherweight.
definitely got to give it to. Definitely got to give it to you. You work day and night. Not even day and night. Day to day.
It's
Working on this
I was
shop. And
loading kayaks out till about 2:15 last night, getting kayaks out there.
That's not last night. That's this morning.
Well, this morning,
He was chopping logs of the redwood at that time.
yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
we
whole,
go.
oh
Look at
my
this.
gosh.
Oh, they didn't even.
Are the mountains blue?
The mountains are so blue.
Woo!
They is blue.
It's
Those are-
blue.
There's a pickup line in there somewhere. Your
Hey.
eyes are bluer than the mountains on a Coors Light can.
Oh
Oh.
my God.
You know.
Oh.
If she's got missing teeth, that'll probably work.
You know my family grew up in a trailer park, right?
Well, then it'll probably work.
That's my point.
We're
I
just-
don't.
we're gonna leave
I'm
that
gonna
topic
say.
alone.
I just don't think you should start off by dating your family, though.
Yeah, you
Okay.
should.
Even if my family's from Alabama and Arkansas, does not mean it's ancestral.
Well,
There might have been, but I don't know about it.
well, you need to check your ancestral to figure out if you're ancestral.
I do.
Yeah, if your family tree goes like this, you got problems.
I was on. See, I can't grow a beard out here. Everybody was like, "Why do you have a stupid goatee?" Well, I would have a full beard if I could, but we're just a little bit inbred. My understanding is that our family pool is about the size of a moist sponge. So I'm doing my best over here with what I was dealt.
Hey, but back on the demo day.
No, we're done with it.
We're not gonna have this conversation. Listeners, I hope y'all are getting a kick out of this because this is absolutely hilarious. But one thing that I really wanted to say about the demo day is, in the last one, your support that you have show up from pro staff in leagues that you support as a kayak shop is absolutely awesome.
And even people that I don't directly support. So, we support 2 leagues around here. We support a couple of individuals around here. We support a team you might have heard of called Havoc.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Kind of a big deal.
but yeah, the support we get, it's heartwarming, but it's also motivating. It's one of those things. It's like, man, I've got to make right by these guys. The amount of people that show up to volunteer that I've shaken, I have shook their hand once, and they're like, "No, I'm behind you. Anything you need." The gentleman that came out and cooked burgers today, he offered 3 or 4 weeks ago, "I'll come cook your burgers for you. I got grill skills." I told him, oh, I felt bad. I said, "I'll come enjoy the day, but don't worry about that. That's my burden to bear. I'll figure out. I'll get the burgers. I'll do what we need to do. I know how to flip a burger." And he kept offering, and I needed to delegate something. We had a lot to do, and he crushed it. And then after that, he was, "Next time, let me buy the food, let me do this, and I'll just give you the bill of the food, and I'll donate my time." We have so many people like that; it's ridiculous.
That's a testament to, for anybody who is looking again for a kayak shop to work with, to buy a kayak, to accessorize your kayak. If you need, rigging done, this is the place to go. If you're in the Texas area, this is the place to go, because all those people showing up is just a testament to how well you treat your customers, your team members, everybody. Because a lot of these other shops, and I'm not bashing them at all, but I mean, they have to make their pro staff show up to come to demo days. Like, hey, this is part of your contract. You have to come. We've never signed a contract with you. It's always been a handshake, and the support has been phenomenal. So it's
so far beyond the people that I directly support,
Yeah.
and it's always more people, and every time it's, hey, I'm coming out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and they get people in boats, and they handle all of the sign-ups, they answer questions about the boats, they say, "Come check out my rig, this is how I rig it out, this is how I approach." And it's awesome to have that kind of expertise when you're looking to buy a kayak is awesome, but the support we get, it's really heartwarming. I don't want to get too cheesy, but it's an unbelievable feeling. The 2 things, that's one of them that really makes me feel great. But I get emails and calls weekly of, "I need to talk to the owner, and your staff was amazing. Your staff answered every single question I have. Your staff was attentive. Your staff," and we have guys that came in. One guy bought a boat, and it was a 10.5. Came back and he wanted a 12, and I said, "We'll do whatever you need," because it was 2 days. So we put him on the boat, and he came back again, and he's like, "You know what? The 12 is great, but I think I want to change brands." I'm like, "Okay, we'll figure that out." And my guys were calling me saying, "This is a good dude. He's spending money on the boats. Let's make sure that he does a good job, or get him on the right boat." We just had a faux pas over there. Everybody got distracted. But and that's my staff calling me saying, "Can I have the approval to take care of this guy? Because he's a good guy. He needs to be taken care of." And I'm going to say yes, obviously. And that's who I got the luck to work with, is people that want to help other people. And all we got to do is make it right. And luckily, all the boats that they've brought back in exchange were very easily able to get those resold to somebody else that may not have had the budget. And it's all worked out great. But that is the best part of this whole thing. Doing the taxes, doing the inventory. We're in the middle of pre-sales, getting all that done. That is horrible. But when you get that email of, "I worked with Carson, I worked with JR, I worked with Luke, and I've never had that kind of buying experience," love it. Absolutely love it.
I don't even think you can say anything else about that.
No, I feel like that just really, that just really speaks volumes on your character and the level that you have your shop at. And it doesn't need to be this huge, big building. It's just the people that are working here care. And it's great.
The people care, and in this shop, JR is the manager of this shop here, but I do believe that I have the best. I hands down believe I have the best team in Texas, and there's a lot of good shops in Texas, but I will put my shop against anyone internationally. I'll put the guys that I have, as far as the expertise, what they're willing to do for the customer, how far we're gonna, the 50 emails we'll send back and forth just to make sure that the customer's making a purchase that makes the most sense for him at the time. We have the lake back here. Come get on every single boat that you need to get on to make sure you're buying the right boat. I don't think that there's anybody in the nation that will work as hard as we will and make the best decisions that we could possibly make to help you getting on the water within your budget and to meet your goals.
Yeah.
And I'm really, that was our goal, and I'm really, really proud of that. And as we grow, there's a couple of guys I've got, in mind of who we're going to grow with, because those guys, again, have the exact same mentality. Not only do they have years of experience on these boats, but their whole thing is, I want to work for you because y'all are having fun on the water. And got to make sure that we keep up the momentum. I've got to make sure that we can get those guys hired. And then the other thing that I'm really trying hard to do is making sure those guys make good money. I think we talked about it the last time with the profit sharing pool that we're spinning up. Yeah. Make sure these guys can have a job they want and actually get paid for it instead of having to go work, a soul-sucking job just to make ends meet.
There's a lot of those out there.
I have one. I like my day job, but I've done it for 20 years. I'm ready to do something that I'm excited about, and what do? Start a kayak shop.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, and that was on our last podcast too. We talked about, the whole shop experience and everything like that, but it really does, the level of care that is in this shop versus others in the state of Texas and frankly nationally, it's second to none. I've spent a lot of times in different shops. I've seen the care that some people give, and I've seen the care that people just don't care to give. And frankly, this shop is second to none. You guys do care a lot. You guys treat your customers how they should be treated.
We registered the company as some placeholder name, and we wanted to have a name that reflected what we were going to do different. And the saying "No Bad Days," it came up in Utah when I was in Utah all the time. And I'd heard it a couple times here in Texas too. And I was like, that's got to be it. It's got to be No Bad Days. That describes what we're talking about. Because even if I'm out there in a rainstorm on a kayak, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
And if you get the kayak that works for you, you get the setup that works for you, it's hard to have a bad time. And then when you have a shop support you, again, it's hard to have a bad time. We just had a gentleman in here earlier that was talking about, I had the boat that was wrong. It didn't get dealt with appropriately, and I understand mistakes happen. Not every factory is perfect. You can't put out 100% perfect boats every time. I just want people to be transparent with me and let me make the decision. Don't make the decision for me. And that's why we won him as a customer. And he was out here today. He helped load up boats that he had nothing to do with. He was here last, and it was because we went out of our way to make sure that he had what he needed. That, to me, is how you're supposed to do it every time.
Yeah. 100%.
Every single time.
100%. No, absolutely.
And those, for folks that have never been to a demo day and never set one up, you really don't understand how much work goes into a demo day. Unloading boats, getting them situated in the right places, loading them back up when the demo day's over. And while it's going on, you're putting people in and out of kayaks, slide them in the water, get them out of the water. You're working all day long. And then it's time to break down while everybody gets to leave. And like I said before, all these guys that show up and volunteer their time. It's just like the gentleman you're talking about. It's awesome. It's a testament to you.
It's such a weird feeling when people come up and they volunteer and they work hard, and I'm saying, thank you so much. You didn't have to do all this. And they're telling you thank you back. And I'm like, no, thank you. Like, you have no idea how much easier you made this for me. because I was unloading boats last night till late. Tweaked my knee again. Almost fell down in the shower last night. I tweaked it so bad.
Oh God.
And at my age, that's a real concern.
How old are you?
I'm 50. I'm 40.
I was about to say I don't believe at all that you'd be starting with a 5.
I'm starting to show it there a little bit, But I got just this little snow. I fell down skiing, and I got some snow. I hadn't been skiing in like 10 years. So
You're like the Gandalf of kayaks.
I like that analogy because I don't know much about Lord of the Rings, but what gave Gandalf his powers, I'm going to assume, was his staff.
Yeah.
And what makes No Bad Days Kayak Shop so
that.
good is the staff that we have here.
I think half since mine just got blown.
I almost
Mic
was going to make that joke of I don't know much about Hogwarts, but I think Gandalf. I was going to mix the two together because I'm a generation beyond that. Even though I know that much about him, I haven't seen either of those.
You haven't seen Lord of the Rings?
I have not seen Lord of the
or
Rings.
Harry Potter?
No, I have not seen.
That didn't sound convincing.
No, I don't. I'm a little concerned that I'm supposed to have seen them.
I don't
How
think
old
you're
are you?
missing much.
I saw Star Trek: The Next Generation once. That was pretty cool. There was a guy in there named Data. He's a robot.
I mean,
That's.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan or Lord of the Rings fan, but I did see the first one just to prove to myself, like, yeah, I'm never gonna watch this again.
My dad used to own a box.
Where is your dad?
Probably
Being a gangster sitting at the house.
Yeah, no.
You know that I bought a bottle of vodka for him from Idaho, and he's not here. So I want you to tell your dad. I know he probably doesn't watch podcasts, but tell your dad, oh man, we had a great podcast.
Oh, trust me, he watches them.
And just let him know there is a bottle of Huckleberry vodka, 44 degree north, that you can't get in Texas. I brought it down for him because he said that he was going to be here. And he told me not to never come back, allegedly. Don't worry, I'll handle that for you tonight.
I'm speechless.
It's delicious vodka.
The force is gonna get turned.
I got to be here tomorrow to work. Unfortunately, this is my last beer.
work? Oh.
Yeah.
Force, you can't call this work. You chill in a kayak shop all day long. You sit here and be awesome.
I wish I did this all day long. I still have my day job, unfortunately.
What is your day job?
I write software. I'm in security. Oh, let me tell you about the excitement.
Man, no, seriously. we were having a phone conversation the other day talking about the demo day and everything.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about they were doing these exercises or games at his work, for some training or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it's all remote. Like everything he does is remote. And I think he got 2 words out of his mouth, and I was completely lost. He's talking about grabbing stuff out of the air and writing. And
The cloud.
I don't know.
The freaking cloud.
It was.
I don't think it was cloud.
That was all lateral movement. We didn't do any cloud work.
I listened though.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was so excited. We were learning how to hack the hackers. It was just riveting.
And I'm lost.
But but no, it was. It's everywhere I've been. I always tell people that I walk this fine line between nerd and redneck, and every shop that I've been to. When I was a motorcycle mechanic, it was Forrest knows how to fix the computers. What I knew was how to Google.
You're a motorcycle mechanic?
I was.
I don't think you saw my face. I was like,
when I worked at the cabinet shop, it was. I did maybe 3 weeks.
You worked on cabinets?
Yeah, I worked.
What the hell did you not do?
I'm from a small town. You got to work, I love that song, Small Town. But yeah, when I was at the cabinet shop, I made it maybe 3 weeks, and then I was exclusively on the computer. They bought this new software. This was, man, I wasn't even out of high school yet, and they bought this new software. Cheers. And they couldn't figure it out, so they put me on there, and I wasn't there to do that. That's something I did. I'm interested in computers, and I always had that. But eventually I said, man, you're going to make me do the computer work. You got to pay me computer money. Mm-hmm. And so I got into the computer life, and I've done it for 20 years. Really, really proud of the career I built, all that. But man, I'm ready for something. I'm ready for something that I'm doing because I like it, not because it pays. And I'm tired of just having a job because you're supposed to have a job and you have to pay your bills. And I want a job that I actually am excited about. And that's, when I started this company with Tony, it was all about, let's start a company, but let's do something that we want to do. And we had all these business ideas of business, and we'd write down arbitrary stuff, and I'd go, but what's the difference between that and a day job that you don't care about? Like, why would we start a company that we don't care about? And we had 4 or 5 ideas that we were actually interested in. And this one was always at the top of the list, And then a couple of things happened. ACK didn't quite make it, unfortunately, man. There was a lot of people talking about ACK today. ACK used to be here. We found skeg line for one of the pro anglers. We only had one pro angler at the demo today, and it still has its skeg line. So we think that this has been here for 4 or 5 years.
It's a
out
fossil.
there on the lake. But
ACK fossil.
It's a fossil.
That's a
It
great.
was here till the
But
that was for a while.
doing your passion, I think, is incredibly important. And it goes back to why this shop is so awesome, because this is your passion. If you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And when I told my wife, like, hey, look, I think it's time I go full-time fishing, doing this, doing that, in the fishing industry, or outdoor industry, I should say, she was petrified. She's like, there's no guarantee on income. Like, there's no guarantee. And, I had to sit her down and tell her, like, look, I've got one life to live. So I want to do what I want to do and love it. And as long as I can provide for my family, there should be no problem with that. And she looked at me right in the face and goes, if you can do it, do it. I mean, without even batting an eye. And so if you're out there and you're thinking about doing something that's going to make you happy, just do it. Because
just at least try. I mean, I'm trying right now. I obviously still have my day job. But that's the whole thing, is you have an opportunity out there to actually do something you love and provide for yourself. I was talking about Andrew Carroll earlier. He lives a life that I'm envious of in so many ways. And I think it's awesome. And I've always been, again, I'm from a small town. We were from the trailer park, and it was, you want money? You work. And it didn't matter what the work was. It mattered that you worked, whether that was swinging a hammer, where that was you got up on a roof laying tin down, and you were so green you didn't know that you needed to bring some gloves for that job, and you went home with blisters and cuts, and you didn't think your hands were going to move again. Like, you made your way. If you were hungry, you worked, and then you got the money, and you got a cheeseburger. That's how it worked. And that's the mentality I've had my whole life. And my dad was born in the 30s. He's very, it's almost like he skipped. He's almost like he's old enough to. He's definitely old enough to be my grandpa. But we skipped that generation. And you're hungry, you work. You need something, you work. This idea that you can do what you love, it's not foreign to me. But it was, a huge step to actually go out and do it. And here we are. And you're right. When I'm in the kayak shop, it doesn't feel that much like work. But man, if I could make this full time, and I think next year is going to be the year, but if I could make this full time, it'd be dream come true.
Yeah.
And it's when you're chasing your dream. I mean, you gotta put it in. You gotta hustle. You gotta make it happen. I mean, and trust me. I mean, you and I have been working together for a while now. I mean, you're gonna hit bottom. So I mean, if you're out there listening and you run into your first snafu whenever you're chasing your dream, do not let that stop you. Keep pushing no matter what it is, because as I said previously, you've got one life to live. Go freaking live it.
Yep.
And if anybody wants to ask about my experience or anything, reach out. Forrest at NoBadDaysKayak.com.
Yep.
I am happy to talk about the things I've done right, the things I've done wrong. Give it a shot. If you're curious about it, reach out, man. I would love to see more people doing what they wanted to do and making their life. Happy to talk about anything I've done, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, you want to bust your ass, make yourself rich. Don't as I call it, working for the man, corporate America.
Uncle Sam.
Well, I mean,
Taking your money.
Them old boys up there at the top, they don't know your name. You're just a number.
Yep.
You quit,
Yep.
die, get fired, whatever.
Don't care.
Your position's filled within a week, and
quick.
they move on. But, I think that if you're gonna chase your dream, chase it. Don't give up on it, and don't sell yourself out.
Yep. No, absolutely. you know, my long time ago. I'm gonna kind of try to say the end part, but a long time ago, my dad and I were watching a movie. I was really young. He was still in the military, and I think it was Meet the Robinsons was what the movie was.
Classic.
And at the time, we were going through a lull. Just, you know, military pay does not pay great. Does not really matter what pay grade you are. Doesn't matter what doesn't matter. It's not great. Going through a lull, and the main saying in that movie was keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter if you get laid off. I know I've experienced it.
Did it have fishing in that movie?
I think there was a little bit.
You're thinking of Finding Nemo, and the saying was
No.
keep on swimming.
No.
Oh, just keep swimming. I could
Just keep swimming.
Don't confuse them.
No, it was no. Just keep moving forward. You know, it doesn't. As long as you're finding your way to be happy, and you're around the people that you love, and let's just say you get laid off, or you are just in a spot where you're working a day job and you want it to just finally end, and you want to just carry on to what you're doing. Keep moving forward and keep your head up and push through it. And then by the end of that, when you're finally done, you can get to where you're happy and work. Well, like you said, when you're doing something you love, you never work a day in your life.
Nope.
Not at all.
No.
No.
Well, all right. Y'all want to call it there? Y'all acting like y'all need to.
That made me emotional.
When I say y'all are acting like y'all want to wrap it up, the guy behind the camera said, "Oh, it's something."
I don't know what he said.
Yeah,
I don't know what that
He
means.
went somewhere.
Yeah,
And then he
I
left.
don't know what he's doing.
So
He's
can
on the
keep going.
phone, or
Oh.
he's
Oh.
videoing.
Oh.
He's doing his awesome job that he does.
He's
You
doing what he is supposed to.
Yeah, but no, this has been another great episode with Forrest, and there's gonna be plenty more to come because this working with Forrest, talking with Forrest, this is just three guys having a conversation. But we thank everybody for tuning in. Again, if you need anything kayak related, come out to No Bad Days Kayak. They have two locations, one in Braunfels, one in Pflugerville. They are open.
So we're open.
Closed on Monday and Tuesday, right?
No.
Oh, they
So
changed this.
Pflugerville is closed Sunday and Monday. New Braunfels is closed Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you call, the only day that we're closed, the only day we won't answer the phone is Monday. And if you call and leave a message, I'm still going to call you back. I won't see the phone ringing, but it'll go bloop, there's a voicemail, and so I'll give you a call back. And we ship nationwide. We ship everything nationwide. So if you're looking for a boat that you can't find, if there's something that there's not a dealer in your area, we will put it on a truck for you and get it out there.
Yeah, so there y'all go. If y'all got any questions, reach out to Forrest. If you have any questions, kayak related, fishing, anything like that, you can reach out to the Havoc Fishing Team. We're always willing to help out however we can. Reach out to me personally, J. Olden Fishing, or JD Penny.
Jacob.jd.penny. It's irrelevant. Just text him first. I'll hear about it later.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Y'all have a good one.
Well, that's 5 minutes. I have to get it out of audio. Lumix. First, it's Canon problems. No, that's
You talking
Amazon
about Star
problem.
Wars? Because they've had some canon problems with the new.
Dude, have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen the new Ahsoka
No,
series?
I haven't. Are you kidding me? I work 8 a.m. to 2, 3 a.m. every day. Think I
You
got
got a
time?
background? You got a white screen over here. You can just projector screen it.
But I haven't. I haven't had time to set that up. I'll get right on that, though.
All right, let's kick this off.
It's not like he's a